Let's get real. I'll make this very simple. Barbarism is not what happens when systems fail. Barbarism is what happens when systems work exactly as designed. If that system and that sentence bothers you, good. That's the doorway. What people think barbarism is, when they hear the word barbarism, they think chaos, Mad Max, riots, everything breaking down all at once. That is fantasy. Real barbarism is clean. It's administrative. It's legal. It has paperwork. What barbarism looks like is letting people die because treatment is not profitable. Pricing housing so high that homelessness feels deserved. Looks like turning war into a growth sector. Calling starvation a supply issue instead of a moral failure. And telling people that's just how the world works. Nothing is on fire, everything is unfortunate. And that's the trick. See, most politics protect barbarism. Most political discourse exists to manage your emotions about outcomes you're not allowed to change. You're told to argue about culture, about tone, about personality. Meanwhile, the underlying system never gets touched. If your politics never threaten profit, power, or property, they're decorative. Neutrality is just barbarism with manners. That's why you can't take a centrist position on things. Neutrality doesn't slow barbarism, it lubricates it. Every time that somebody says, I'm not political, what they really mean is, I accept the outcomes as long as they haven't hit me yet. History records that position very clearly. It just doesn't flatter it. Now, this either ends in one of two ways. There's only two futures available once a system reaches this stage. Either society deliberately reorganizes around human survival, or cruelty gets normalized, it gets militarized, and it gets justified. There's no peaceful drift into justice. There's no automatic correction. So you either pick one. You either pick a society where, well, we can just be cruel towards people. We can just start deporting people, throwing them in concentration camps, shooting people in the streets. And that's just cool. You know, we just do that around here. They kind of deserve it because they're different, and the people with the power said that they deserve it. Or you deliberately reorganize around human survival because we need to work together in order to survive, as cooperation is just as real in human nature as competition is. And barbarism doesn't announce itself, it introduces itself as realism. If your worldview can explain suffering without feeling responsible for changing it, then you're not actually describing reality. You're just rehearsing the collapse. This isn't about optimism. It's about choosing whether civilization is something that we build or it's something that we're just going to abandon. So, have fun dealing with that.